These are so easy, they're so delicious, and they are a great, great, great thing to make on a Sunday or in the beginning of the week, and then have leftovers throughout the week and serve them different ways. You could do spaghetti and meatballs, you could do spaghetti and zoodles, you can do spaghetti on sub sandwiches, lots of different options. So I'm gonna tell you what I have so far. I have my zoodles, and what I did is I bought pre-cut zoodles to save myself a little bit of time. Took half of them, chopped them up very thinly, squeezed out all the water, and then put them in the bowl. Then I have my turkey meat, just 1 ground pound of turkey meat in the bowl. Then I have 2 eggs and I have breadcrumbs. And what I do is when bread gets kind of to the older stage, I grind it up in the blender and I save it by freezing them, and I just put them in the freezer and use them as I need them. And then I have Parmesan cheese, which I just buy grated Parmesan cheese, freshly grated though, and I buy it from our local store here. I also put 2 eggs on top, and I'm just going to now mix that up. So you can see that what I'm going to do is just mix this all up so it gets all evenly spread. And last but not least, while I'm mixing, I'm going to put in fresh parsley. So this is just fresh parsley from our garden. And before the freeze happened a couple weeks ago, what I did was I picked all the fresh parsley, and then I tried to store it in different ways. So this little container keeps it stored nicely in the fridge, and it has actually stayed pretty well. Okay, so now I'm going to really blend this up and mix it together. And the sauce that I'm going to use is actually going to provide a lot of flavor as well. So I'm not going to put too much salt or pepper, but you can certainly add garlic and salt and pepper and all of the good things. Now, if this doesn't seem like it's moist enough to stick together, I may be adding 1 more egg to it, but if it does, then I think we're okay. But I can tell that it needs another egg. So here we go. I'm going to grab another egg. I'm going to add that to the top. I brought 1 more just in case, but I'm going to crack an egg and add that so it's a little bit more on the side that will hold together better. Let me wash my hands and back. Okay, so let's see how that goes. I brought 1 more just in case, but I think it should be enough, but let's just see. So here we are mixing, mixing, mixing. Bear with me a moment while I mix this together, and you're going to see how incredibly easy this is. If you want the meatballs to be a little bit harder on the outside, you can certainly make the step of putting them in the oven for a little bit. So you can put them in the oven, just kind of char them on all sides, and then put them in the slow cooker. If you want to save time, I think that they come out just as beautifully well if you just go straight to the slow cooker. So like I am right now in a rush, I am just going to get them right into the slow cooker. But like I said, you can put them in the oven, just bake them on each side for a little bit to get that harder part on the outside, and then put them in the slow cooker, or you can go directly into the slow cooker. This is hard work. Okay. All right, that seems pretty good. So I'm going to now move the slow cooker in here, get rid of the cutting board, and here we are. Okay, slow cooker is here. Now, what I'm gonna do is probably the simplest step. You can make your own tomato sauce. If you have time, make your own tomato sauce. It's fabulous. It's so clean and fresh and delicious. If you don't have time, I suggest you find a bottle of your favorite sauce. And this is just Rayo's marinara sauce. It's not my favorite, but it's in the pantry and it'll do. All right, so Rayo's is in, got the tomato sauce in, and this is just sensitive marinara sauce. So I think by sensitive they've put different ingredients in, but this one is great. Italian whole peeled tomatoes, olive oil, carrots, salt, celery, and basil. That is it. So that one's actually a pretty good one. I didn't realize that was the sensitive one. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch spots. We've got the slow cooker, and I'm simply going to start making my meatballs. And I'm gonna make them medium-sized because the kids and everybody likes to eat these, so I'm gonna just roll them up like that, and I'm gonna dip them right in. And like I said, this is so simple. It really takes maybe 20 minutes from start to finish, especially if you buy the pre-cut zucchini, if you buy the pre-shredded Parmesan, and if you are going to use a pre-made marinara sauce, then it really is a quick one. So here we are, getting that in, and that's it. So I'm gonna set this on the slow cooker. I'm gonna put it on for 8 hours on slow. If you're in a pinch and you wanna do it 4 hours on high, that's just as great. If you want to do it in the Instapot, I'm sure you could do it there. I don't know the settings, but I'm sure you could easily do this in the Instapot as well. But hopefully, can you see that? So you can see how I'm just lining them up there. Let me move this over without touching everything with my turkey hands. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna line them up. I'm gonna try to do it so they're not touching each other, but that's kind of a lot of turkey meat, so they may have to touch, but let's just see. So there we are. Okay. And I'm gonna keep rolling. So I will spare you and I won't keep you on here forever to watch me roll these, but like I said, I'm gonna roll them. I'm gonna kind of nestle them in the tomato sauce, and then I'm going to set it and forget it for 8 hours on low or 4 hours on high. If you have a slow cooker that cooks a pretty even temperature, you're probably just right. If not, my old one wasn't as high quality and it would burn everything. So if that's the case, you could even do a little bit less time, but just see how your slow cooker works and then decide what you're gonna do from there. And that's all. I hope you guys enjoy. I will give you all the recipe. Hopefully you are enjoying slow cooker recipes here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.